Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Emmy and I am a first year graduate student. I am getting my master's in clinical social work. So I just started this vlog channel a couple of months ago, and yeah, I just always love watching like college day in the life, week in the life, like that kind of stuff, and seeing how people study. And I was like, I'm a grad student, I can do that because it's hard. And I also feel like sometimes when I watch those videos, it makes me more motivated. So I decided to make my own channel, so I have a couple of vlogs out there. And I was responding to your guys' comments from the last videos, and I know that I said that I was planning on making a kind of like prep for exam, like exam week in the life, but you know what, it was my first semester of grad school, first finals. I didn't know what to expect, and I was just really busy, so I really wanted to solely focus on that and not focus on vlogging. So I'm sorry I did not put a video out, but today was my first day of my second semester and it went really well. And I figured, hey, you know, I always go through like a whole preparation phase and do all these types of things for the start of the semester, and I thought, hey, I wonder if that would make... Okay, literally as I was talking, my camera's battery died, so we have to use my phone for right now while I charge that battery. But I thought I would show you guys kind of what I do at the start of every semester. I kind of do the same thing. I've been doing the same stuff since my undergrad, and I kind of always go through a very similar process of when I start. And I think it's so important. At the beginning of the semester, we're always super motivated and we want to do well, and we're, you know, you're either coming back from summer break or winter break, and it's like at the end of those breaks you start getting really motivated and you're kind of ready to go back. So that's how I was feeling, and I think like my second year of college, like my undergrad, I developed some like I think really productive habits that have helped me to become more prepared for the semester. So I thought I would show you guys that. So yeah, these are things that I just do every semester just to get myself ready, because we're all at the beginning of the semester in the zone. We're always like motivated and focused and ready to go. We're like, we're gonna do so well, and I'm gonna study, and I'm gonna have the best time management ever. And all of a sudden it's like a few weeks in and you get past the like excited phase, and then it hits you really hard and you start to become stressed and unmotivated, and then you get into this like overwhelmed thing. So hopefully these steps that I show you guys will kind of help you to see how I keep myself like productive, how I keep myself motivated and organized throughout the entire semester. Okay, so without further ado, if you guys are interested in seeing how I get myself ready for each semester, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing is organize and declutter your space. So if you have like a desk or a particular work area that you usually do your homework and studying at, clear it out, clean it, dust it, do everything. Get rid of papers from past semesters, organize your books, organize your folders and papers. I try and make my area as like minimalistic as possible and just only have the materials I need for this specific semester, just so that way I know that every time I get into this space, I can always relate this space to like my focus space, my area where there's no clutter, there's no exterior mess. I can just get into my focus and know that everything that I have in front of me is everything that I need, everything that will help me to be successful. So yes, absolutely, my first tip is always to create your space, make it productive, whatever you need. If you need music, if you need lights, candles, whatever. I mean, whatever makes you motivated and happy to study, create that environment. I think it's so important. I am currently right now renovating my desk and space area, so I won't show it to you guys right now because I am doing a career in social work and I'm going into therapy. I have been kind of creating my own space in my office that will be kind of like a mock example of kind of what I would like to portray my future like therapy office as. So if you guys are interested in seeing like a office tour or whatever when I get it all set up, then I will definitely make a video for that for you guys. Alright you guys, so the second thing I do, or the next thing that I always do, is something that I'm actually going to show you guys on my computer. So I'm just logging my stuff in right now. I'm going to be using one hand, so just bear with me. But, okay, so I always wait to do this until after the first day of class. and I'll tell you why in just a second. But if your school is anything like mine, you guys probably have some sort of like online like database, like website, whatever, where all of your classes are listed. I know there's like Blackboard, Canvas, Moodle. Different universities use a different program, and it's basically where all of your classes are, where your assignments are, class lists, like your teacher's contact information. You may submit assignments on there, whatever. Mine is called Blackboard. So after like the first day of class, and you know how the first day of class is always like you go over the syllabus and your teacher gives you a copy. Well, sometimes in class when like your teacher's explaining assignments and stuff, maybe you have some notes to add to it, right? So maybe there's something important that the teacher says about the assignment. So I always write it, you know, hand copy. But I also know that sometimes like only having a hard copy isn't always the best idea. So I will show you guys now what I do. Alright, you guys, so bear with me as I'm doing this with one hand. But this is my Blackboard screen, and these are my classes listed. So what I do for every semester is I just go into my class. So this morning I had Social Work 632. Now once I'm in here, I will go to my content. This is probably where my syllabus is. Yep, okay. So what I'll actually do is I will download a copy of the syllabus to my computer, and whatever notes I have put on my hard copy, I will actually add them to this one. And I do that just because you know, before saving a syllabus to my computer automatically before the class starts, because I have access to it before the class starts, usually like a couple days before. But like all these assignments listed and stuff, I always have notes on it for my hard copy. So I want to go in and I will add highlighted notes in here, and I will actually save that to my desktop. So I am going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, you guys, so I just went through, and as you guys can see, for some of the assignments, I just added some important info that my teacher said about it so that I can then save it, some stuff for my calendar. So I always do that, and then that way I can just save it so that in case anything happens to my hard copy of my syllabus, I can just make sure that I automatically have a electronic syllabus ready to go. Okay, so now that that's done, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to be making myself a study schedule. In grad school, it's so much different than undergrad in that, you know, there's a lot of time management stuff that you do in undergrad, but grad school is all about time management. I mean, you are studying all the time, you are reading so much. There's so much reading in grad school, it's just like disgusting how much reading there is, but it's fine. I mean, it's you know, it's nice because it's not like undergrad, you know, when you have to take like electives and like different courses just to get like the associates part, or like, you know, the stuff that has nothing to do with your program. It's nice because in your grad, you know, when you're in grad school, it's all about your program. You don't take any other, you know, classes or whatever that's like required. No, it's just like, it's just your program. So everything that we read is, you know, it's relatable. It's something that like we need to learn and understand. So it's important reading, but it's so much of it. And because it's, you know, this is higher the reading becomes a lot more dense. And some of it is really, really difficult. It's really difficult reading, and it's hard to stay focused, and sometimes it's just really hard to understand. So I need to always make sure that I dedicate time to my reading. Plus, in grad school, you can't I think in undergrad, you could get away with not reading stuff. I don't know. It depends on your teacher, I feel like. If, like, they assign reading and you don't do it, sometimes you can kind of slide by just skimming, or, you know, just, like, looking at the chapter headings and reading a couple sentences. In grad school, no. Like, you have to read everything. I mean, it's called required reading, like, for a reason, because it's required. And I guess, in some way do believe that, like, I guess you could get by on skimming, but depends on your teacher, and also depends on just pure luck, because most of the professors in grad school, they will call on you. They expect you to know. They expect you to know the material, and they expect you to come to class prepared. This isn't like undergrad where they're like, read this chapter for next week and we'll talk about it, and then the teacher just talks about it, and you're like, hey, thanks for the PowerPoint. I'm glad I didn't read it because you told me everything. No, this is like you come into class and it's, okay, what did you learn? Tell me what you learned. And, going around the classroom, or the super annoying and embarrassing, just, I'll call on you. And of course it's always you, right? So, you kind of have to read. So, but at the same time, I don't mind reading, because I know, even though it's tedious and it's draining and it's exhausting and sometimes it's really difficult, and sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, some of the reading's a little dry, so it's like kind of boring. It's interesting stuff, but it's boring, it's not super applicable. At the end of the day, I know that it's really important. And if at the end of this program, I'm allowed to graduate and take boards and, take my boards, and if I pass, like, I can pass just on luck or just by knowing how to test well. I mean, I think about my clients in the future, and I think about how disappointing it would be, especially as someone like there's no shame in therapy, and I know myself, I've gone to counseling and stuff, and I expect the person to know what they're doing, and I expect them to be professional, and I expect them to be educated and know what I need based off of everything that they were taught. And what is the point of me paying thousands and thousands of dollars into a program to where I'm just gonna BS it, not really care about it? Not only is that such a shame to myself, but such a shame for the people I'm gonna be quote unquote helping, and I'm not gonna be able to help if I don't take this seriously. So whenever I get bored, or I'm like, I don't really care about this, I think about those people that need me to care about it. So sorry for the rant, but I just it's important. So if you're in college and you're trying to find a purpose of why is this important, try and think about it that way. Think about the people that it might affect. Think about how it may affect you in the future. And it's not always so specific to that, to that one thing. You may be wondering why you have to read some poem for your English class when you know that you're majoring in marketing or something, right? Think about, no, you may not be doing poetry for marketing. You may not be using this poem, but what is your teacher trying to, what is the purpose of the assignment? What is the teacher trying to get you to do? Because it's always whatever's in between the lines. It's not what is always right in front of you, the blunt idea of just read this poem. That's not what they want you to do. They want you to get something out of it. So try and think of ways that you can always get something out of what you're doing. I promise you it will make your studies and everything that much more fulfilling and less of a pain. So with that said, again, sorry for the rant, but I think it's just always important to remember your purpose and why you're doing what you're doing. So now I'm gonna make myself a study schedule. I have a ton of reading. Not really assignments in grad school, it's all reading. So I'm going to make myself a study schedule just so that I can kind of, I have multiple classes and it's multiple books. So, and a lot of times reread 2 or 3 books in one class simultaneously. So a lot of that information can kind of get a little, juggled. So I want to try and spread it out. Plus, we don't just read one chapter. Sometimes for the week, you're supposed to read 80 pages out of one book and then read these 3 articles, which end up being 60 pages, and then it's another 100 pages from another book. So it's a lot of reading, and it's I need to understand it, so I need time to read as well as absorb it, take notes on it. So I'm going to make myself a study schedule right now just to kind of get myself in the mindset and zone of, okay, the semester started, now let's focus. So I'm going to do that, and I will show you guys what I did. Alright you guys, so I just typed up a little mini schedule, and just to show you guys, this is what I do each week. I use this as a base template, and then I just go in and save it each week and put in assignments and stuff, and yeah, that's what I do for each week so that I can just kind of plan out my studying and how many hours and stuff based on the amount of work I need to do. So that's what I do each week. Alright, you guys, so I know that was kind of a quick video, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a preview of how I get started in the semester, and thought it would just be a good idea that while real time I'm doing it, I could show you guys how I get ready and prepared for the semester every semester. So, I just wanted to mention that I saw some of you guys' comments, and some of you guys are social work students too, which is so cool. I always feel like whenever I watch day in the life and college videos, they're usually like business students or accounting, or you know, I don't see a lot of like psych or social work students. So if you guys are social work students and you guys are looking for more social work type videos, please leave a comment or send me a message on video ideas you'd like me to do. I'm planning throughout the semester to just do like day in the life type stuff and like study with me vlogs and tips on studying. But if you guys would like to see some videos that are like primarily pertaining to social work, please let me know. And if there's different topics you guys want me to cover, if you guys are in like an undergrad and you want to know more about something, let me know, because I might be able to make a video on it. I didn't do any social work videos to begin with, just because I didn't know what kind of audience was watching. But if you guys are interested or have questions about my program or anything, please let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Otherwise, continue to send me suggestions on things you'd like to see, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I wish you guys all the best of luck. If you guys haven't started your semesters yet, I wish you guys the best of luck, and hope if you have started that your guys' first day went well, and I hope that some of these tips can help you to get started and organized and excited for the semester. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.